major land. And this is a principle that is gaining ground also globally, internationally. I welcome notions of rebuilding environment of Ukraine, yet we have to know the war is still on, and we have to ensure that no further damages happening there. Remember that Russians were able to massively use mining of Ukrainian territory. In order to be successful, we have to deter Russia, to support Ukraine in simply defending their own country. And I think that creation of special tribunal with attached register of damages is extremely important in this, and that requires very broad political alliance of collective West, I would say, democracies of the West assisting Ukraine in this. Of course, sustainable financing is extremely important, but we have to find a way for Russia to pay damages, including enormous damages for Kakhovka. We have to find enormous, broad consensus to really make Russia accountable for all they do in Ukraine.
You rightly mentioned the two major crimes that Russia has within the environmental area committed. That is the blowing up of the Kakhovka Dam, and that is the deliberate and dangerous habit to have military units near Zaporizhia nuclear power stations, and also having air raids nearby other nuclear power stations. So this is as such a criminal act for itself. We see the impact, of course, of the blowing up of Kakhovka and the streaming down of the water into the Black Sea, with this impact all along and into the Black Sea that already goes beyond Ukraine's borders, and of course potentially any harm to nuclear power plants staged by Russia's war will have even a global impact. Insofar, it is good that for the nuclear part, the International Atomic Energy Agency in Vienna is active, is present, is pressing and pushing on Russia like we all do. And as far as Kakhovka is concerned, I mean, the effect has been this environmental effect, but also the electricity supply that was and water supply for the agriculture that has been damaged and destroyed. But we, from the side of the European Union, and also with the programs for reconstruction that we've got, and among them the Ukraine facility, which is the hugest program that foresees environmental support in the area of reconstructing the environment, and I'm confident that with all the experts that Ukraine has got and with our experts, we will step by step restore the landscape below the dam and upstream as well, where now there is open landscape where the water is not available anywhere, the water is not existing anymore.
I had a chance to visit, small village, small hromada of Tehinka, next to Kakhovka, and even from that, example, I saw what the damage was done, by this war, by Russian aggressive war, on all the ecology and things like that. The question is how to evaluate in monetary, way how much the damage costs. The World Bank is giving more than 400 billion of damages, which are made by Russian invasion. As I understand, in those numbers, still ecological damage is not included. At least what I understood from the speakers. So it will be much bigger numbers, and we need to have that in mind. And this is one of the additional arguments why we need to really proceed much more effectively with seizing all the Russian frozen assets. Of those 300 billion Russian frozen assets, Russian central bank frozen assets. And it's not enough what now is discussed by Commission and the Council on so-called windfall taxes, because they will produce only 3 billion out from those frozen assets. So we need to go into so-called instrument of countermeasures. And the last one, of course, legal responsibility and justice, international justice. Where we have two tracks now. How Russian responsibility is investigated. One is there is clear will to create a special international tribunal to investigate the crime of war aggression, where responsibility of Putin and of other leadership will be investigated. This is one thing, and second is of course ICC, International Criminal Court, which is investigating war crimes, and ecological crimes should be included perhaps into the list of war crimes, and should be investigated again by the same bodies. So I think that Kakhovka could be additional, reason why, for example, Mr. Putin would get another, arrest warrant issued by International Criminal Court.
It's very good to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks a lot.